Okay, welcome back to Mr. Turner's art class. Alright, I had some kids asking about my dog, so yeah, man, that's one of them. This one right here, that is Artemis, the German Shepherd that keeps wanting to go outside, and that is Kasumi. Okay, so she's basically a German Shepherd in a lab, but not a lab, Kalu. So she's mixed. So Artemis and Kasumi, and both of them are waiting for me to go outside. But right now, we're in Miss Turner's art class right now, so we got to sit here and do some drawing. I'm gonna let her go ahead and run out the room real quick while I get this set up, because that is what you're going to be drawing. I'm gonna show you how to do that chibi right there. Keep it. She's running like she got the double on. Artemis, Kite. Good girl. Alright, so of course we got this right here, and let me write this out. I don't think y'all know what chibis are. Okay, first off, this is a part of anime. These are chibis. Chibis are the characters that usually they have really big heads, small bodies. I actually could have made this smaller. They're kind of abstracted from the normal characters. Abstract meaning they're distorted. So big heads, small bodies. You know, this is representation of certain characters and stuff like that. The word chibi itself means cute. So when you hear chibi, and I'm just gonna write it down right here. So C-H, I believe that's how you spell it. C-H-I-B-I, chibi. Okay, it means cute. It's a Japanese word, it means cute. So we got Chibi Deku here. So I'm gonna show you how to draw this character out. Now, it would help. Obviously, you're gonna need a pencil, and I would say honestly, start this off with a pencil. You know, and then you're gonna need some kind of a pen. You do not need the most expensive pen in the world. I went to Walmart and got this one. It's just a regular, you know, black fine tip black pen. So you know, don't spend an arm and leg on your pencils and pens and stuff. You don't need them. Okay, so we're gonna get the drawing. All you gotta do is just kind of follow along step by step. Normally I would do this on my computer, but I don't have one right now that I can use. School's computers are kind of jacked up, so we just gotta work with what we got. So this is what I got: pencil and pen, which is just as good. So we're gonna do that. Now, first thing first, go get a sheet of paper, copy paper, or whatever. Now I'm gonna sketch this out kind of dark where you can see it, and then once I sketch it out, what I mean by sketching them, you're gonna see a bunch of sketch lines and stuff, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna darken this thing. I'm gonna darken mine with this pencil just so you can see it, and then I'm gonna go back over it with this to bring it out. So now to draw, I know it's just some of you are thinking, it's like I can't draw. That's okay. Yes, you can. You know how to draw basic shapes. So let me move this down. So what you're gonna do starting out is we're gonna draw just basic shapes, and I am sketching this out. All I'm doing is making a square. Okay, I am making a square. I always use the basic shapes that are close to the character. So I just got a square. Everybody can draw a square. You don't even have to be a perfect square. My square is jacked up. Now I know that he has a forehead, so I'm going to put a curve up on top of this square. So I just put a little curve there. It doesn't have to be perfect. I know below this line right here of this square, he has to have a chin. So I'm going to put a really small triangle right there. There's his chin. Now, I need to know where his eyes are going to go. Now, because it's a chibi, it's distorted. Okay, I'm going to put a little dot right here. Now, with that dot being right there, I know that I'm going to place his eyes, okay, beside this dot. This is the middle of the square itself. I'm going to put the eyes right there beside it. I'm going to use an oval kind of shape with his eyes. And he's going to have fairly big eyes. With chibis, you want big eyes. So I'm just going to draw two little egg-shaped ovals. If you can see that. Again, they don't have to be perfect. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and fix them. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go back over this because I really want you to focus on the eyes. Really need you to focus on the eyes here. So I'm going to draw mine in dark so you can see it. So we're going to change the shape because I know he has an eyebrow. I am going to make this. I might make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to almost flatten it out at the bottom, but not quite. So I'm going to kind of use that kind of a shape. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And again, you can make his eyes like really big because that's okay. It's going to make it look good. We're going to put like a little oval on the inside of this shape right here. This oval I am going to have very close to the edge, but it's not going to touch the edge. So you see how I have a bit of a gap right there? Get it close to the edge, but don't let it touch the edge. We got to do the same thing on the other side. Now, I'm gonna I'm gonna come back to the eyes in just a minute because I'm gonna have to probably draw his eyes on another paper just so you can see it. Because I'm gonna make it kind of big so you can get an idea of what you're doing. But as long as you have that, you're good. So let me see. Let me darken that just a little bit. I don't want to give him big. I don't want to give him big eyelashes and stuff, eyebrows, because he's not like Rock Lee on Naruto. You know, he doesn't have big bushy eyebrows. But you do want to sit there and make sure you have some eyebrows. Now, okay. His head is not a square, okay? His head does, you do want this to be round. You want him to have nice little round cheeks and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to darken this. And then I am going to come in, okay? So instead of me having that little square shape, I'm rounding off my edges. And I'm going to give him a chin. Granted, the chin is going to be covered up, just a real small chin. Round off the edges. Okay, and do not worry about those extra lines. Now, if you have his eyes, you really and truly are halfway done. All I would do now is just right above this line, the bottom of this line, I am going to start off by putting a shape that looks like this here because he has equipment that he wears. We'll come back to that. I'm just putting that there so I know that I have to draw his smile. I'm going to give him a little bit of a smile right there. Okay. He kind of has a nervous smile anyway, like when the show first starts. But that's fine. Okay, I'm going to give him the little freckles because I think he has little freckles. I'm going to give him 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now, okay, so we have this, have this. His ears. I would say right next to his eyes, you want to go ahead and draw his ears. And all you're going to do is just make like a little, kind of like a little half circle. You can make them real big or, you know, kind of have them close to his head. I'm just going to do that. I don't want his ears to be real big because I still got his hair to do. And I think that will probably be the hardest part is his hair. Not hard, but you're going to have to draw a lot of spikes. Now, I would say do this. Okay, I am going to draw like a little line, kind of like a fro. Kind of think like you're going to give him an afro. I don't want anybody putting his hairline right here by his eyes. A lot of kids make the mistake of putting the hairline right here. You have to have a little bit of a forehead. Now, he has bangs and stuff, so he does have a forehead, but his hair covers it. So we don't want to put his hair like up here above this line. We want his hair coming up this high. So I'm drawing this line right here. This is kind of dark. I'm drawing this just so you can see how tall his hair is going to be. And there is no right or wrong way to do this, but just because, you know, it is a chibi. Okay? I'm trying to be sure we're going to have enough room to draw his body. Alright, so, okay, the top of his hair is going to go along this line up here. So, I am going to start with down here, okay, because he had, well, actually, let me go ahead and just give him some eyebrows. So we want to give him eyebrows. He's happy, so we're going to give him right above his eyes. We're going to do that, even though we're about to cover him up. Okay, so he has two eyebrows, and now what we're going to do is we're going to draw his bangs. He has two bangs that's coming in between his eyes, so I'll just think triangles. At the end of the day, you're going to be making triangles. So we got 1, and we got 2. And there are, you know, like I said, you cannot do this wrong. I'm going to draw one more right there. Just think triangles. You're just going to make rounded off triangles. There is no real right or wrong way to do this. I mean, honestly, I would look at a picture of him, however, and if you want to be real detailed about this, you know, I'm not going to do it, but I would count how many of the little sharp looking bangs he has and put those in there. So you can count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, come across his head. And like I said, if you want to do that, you can. I just usually go from here to here, from ear to ear, and then I come up here. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but that's just how I do it. So I'm going to come up here. He has the little sharp spikes that go up there. And again, no right or wrong way. Just make sure that his hair looks spiky. And make sure that you are going along that circle that you drew, that afro looking picture that he drew. Now, again, if you want to sit here and be detailed, you can look at his hair and try to draw the exact amount of little spikes and all that little stuff for his hair. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not about to do that. So I'm kind of guesstimating right now. Because at the end of the day, it's a chibi. It's supposed to be cute. It's not supposed to be a real, well, not look quite like the character. It's supposed to resemble the character. But at the end of the day, we're more or less just trying to make it look really cute and friendly. That's what a chibi is real good about. Think Pokemon. All the Pokemon characters, you know, the animals, they're real cute, you know, and friendly looking. They look like you just, you know, want to approach them and all this kind of stuff. Even the little bad ones actually look cute, you know. So that's what you're doing with chibis. That's why chibi is called chibi. Chibi means cute. So we're trying to make Deku, you know, look cute. So for the most part, this is already starting to look like him. I know what you're asking. Why you don't have a nose? You don't have to. You could, if I wanted to, I could just sit here and just put like a little nose right there. But I just think that'll look weird. I think it's a little cuter without a nose. So he doesn't have a nose. Okay. Now let me go back to his eyes real quick. I'm going to have to erase this because I want this to be a little longer. I don't want it to touch the bottom. Well, actually, I need to make that taller. I'm going to make that taller, and then we're just going to come around right there. I'm being nitpicky right now with myself because I want his eyes to look a certain way. Okay, that looks better. Now, I have to give him a light source. So on the edge of his eyes, I am going to put a little circle right there, and then I'm going to draw his pupil. And I'm going to shade that in. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I am going to draw like a little circle right there, and then off that circle, I'm going to draw his pupil. And then I'm going to shade that in. I do have a video on how to draw the eyes, so you might want to check that one out. I'm not getting into that right now. All right, now, if you got his head, that was the hard part. His body, a little bit easier. All right, so I know he has a neck, so I'm just gonna draw a little line right there. Draw a little line right there. This part right here, this thing was part of his suit, so I am gonna draw like a little line there, come up there and just come down. Draw a little line here. Here, come down. Alright, so I got that part of his suit. He has this little V looking shape thing right below that. So I'm just going to draw that, and I'm sketching all this out. Like I said, we're going to go back over this. You got those little lines in there. Okay. This one right here has like a little bit of an outline. It comes up a little bit above his chin. So it just has a little outline there. So I'm just going to do that. Okay. So hopefully you can see that. Now, his body. I'm going to raise this up. You're not going to see his head right here. Here's his neck. All I'm going to do is I am going to draw kind of like an egg shape for his body. Now remember, Chibis have big heads, small bodies. So you do not want to give him a really big body. You are not trying to draw him out like he normally looks as an anime character. Alright, so you can see kind of like, just imagine me drawing an egg shape. Matter of fact, it's going to make him look maybe even a little kind of fat, even though he's like in really good shape on the cartoon. Because again, we want to look cute. Alright, so I got a little egg shape right here. This is what I'm going to use to draw his body. Now, simple at this point. I am going to start off with his arms. His arms are real simple. I'm going to come off this little piece right here, this little V shape looking thing. I'm going to draw his shoulders. So I'm going to draw his shoulders. Again, we do not want a realistic drawing. Now he has, okay, normally I would draw his forearms, all that kind of stuff, but we're not going to do that because we're going to shorten everything up. So I am going to draw kind of like a, let's say starting off like a square shape. So let's just sketch out like a little square. Alright, now, within that square, I'm going to draw his elbow. His elbow's going to go right there. So we're going to give him an elbow, sharp little point, right there. This is going to be his little gauntlet, the thing that goes around his wrist. We're going to get rid of his forearm. We're not drawing his forearm. We're just going to draw the gauntlet. So we're going to do that. Put a little curved line there, a little curved line there. We're going to draw a little curved line there, curved line there. Then we got to draw his fist. Now his fist, I know hands are real hard. I haven't taught everybody how to draw hands. And if you want to, you could draw this real detail. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put an oval right here. And then I am going to draw some more little ovals. One. I'm going to put some ovals right there. 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have to be exact. Alright. So you got his hands, fists are closed. Now later, like I said, if you want to be real detailed, you could actually draw like his hands and stuff, but I wouldn't do it like that because we're trying to make it cute, so it doesn't have to be realistic. Now, here you have on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sit here and we're going to put that little, we're going to draw his elbow. We're going to sit here and draw a little square. And you see how I'm sketching that out? It doesn't have to be exact. You just want to sit there and sketch out that square. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to draw over it, and I am going to make it look like it's some cloth. You just do it like that. Any kind of way work. His hands, okay, again, we're not trying to draw realistic hands. You could, but I'm not going to do that. All we're going to do is just sit here again. You're just going to put his thumb right there and draw like a little oval for his thumb. And we're just going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4, 5. Now, so you got both his hands right there. So now that you got his hands, okay, we're going to start making our way down to his legs. Now I'm actually going to draw his utility belt. His utility belt that he wears, I'm going to draw it about right there. So his elbows are right here. And make a little points right there, dark, so you can see it. Elbows are right there. We're going to draw his utility belt. Okay. Now he has a belt buckle. Now his belt buckle has like a little indentation right there and right there. Okay. We're just gonna draw a little line right here, here. He has a pouch that he's going to wear, so you can just put like a little square right here and right here. Now if you want to, you can turn this into 3D, and honestly I would, and that's a little more complicated, but I'm just gonna do like that. I'm just gonna make it really stand out a little bit more. So he got that little 3D looking pouch. I just do the same thing right there. So he has this little 3D looking pouch. So right there, you do not have to do that. You can just put two rectangles right there and be done with it. But I just want to do that, just to jazz it up a little bit. Okay, so below the belt, all right, I'm going to draw a line just like that. I'm going to draw two lines, 1, 2. Okay, that line is going to represent his pants. So his pants are actually going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. I'm going to draw a line from here, here. Those are his legs. Okay. Now, I am not going to draw some long legs. I'm going to give him short legs because, again, it's a chibi. So I'm going to put a little square right here just because I'm going to show you he got these little, I don't know what you call them. He got these little knee pads. I know like his suit changed, and he had these little combat boots and stuff, so, and these little knee pads. So I'm just going to put like a little, I guess you could say like another square, a rectangle square, like right here. That's going to represent those knee pads. So now to jazz it up, I'm just going to do that. Just come this way, go that. Just round it off a little bit. Again, they don't have to be perfect. I'm not even, I'm making this up in my head. So you have like that. Now, okay, his boots. What I would do is, honestly, it's like right here, kind of off center to his feet. I am going to draw a square. And they can be real big. His feet can actually be pretty big. Okay, I am going to draw like a square slash rectangle. I am going to draw a line from here to that square. I am going to round off the edges. Okay, I am going to draw a line coming down to here. Then I'm going to draw a diagonal line to here. Okay, you should be able to see his shoes at that point. So I'm just going to just start rounding stuff off. Just do like that. I'm just going to erase this line right here because we don't need it. So you don't need that line there. I'm just going to erase that. Hopefully you see that. So now you got a boot, and then all I'm going to do is he had combat boots on, so I am just going to give it like those little ridges. So there you go, he got his boots. And if you want to, you can give him his boots a tongue, so you can do that. And if you want to give him shoestrings, just put the little X's right there. And we got to do the same thing on the other side. So I am going to draw a square, kind of like right next to this one. Just kind of get them at about the same height. So right there. You should be able to see where I'm going with this. So you got the square right there. So I'm going to connect the line right there. And then I am going to bring a line down, and then I'm going to go that way. So now all I have to do is just round off the boots. Round off the boots. Give them that. Give him a shoe tongue. Give him the little ridges. And there you go, you got his boots. You can erase that line right there if I want. So we have him. Now we gotta do is just give him his little designs. Okay, so I'm gonna come back up here. He has kind of like a little triangle looking shape. It's right there. So he has a design right there. He has the same design on the other side. Right there. I'm going to draw a line. Okay, let me darken that right there. Okay, I am going to draw a line coming down here because remember is more of a jacket. You're going to do like that there, and then I'm going to draw two lines. Pow, pow. Okay, so it looks like his his shirt is flexing. So there you go. We have our Chibi Deku. I know this video is kind of long. I'm speaking kind of fast right now, and I'm drawing fast, but I just wanted to be sure I had enough time. This is where this comes in, this pen. So now that I have them, I'm just going to lightly go back over it and start detailing it. I'll shade that in just a sec. Pay very close attention to your eyes, because it is the eyes that will legit make your character. You make your eyes look good, your character, everything is just gonna pop. You know, that's the thing about anime. Their style of drawing eyes really makes their characters just come to life. So pay close attention to the eyes. Now this is honestly a lot easier if you're doing this on a computer, because you can use a lot of layers and stuff like that. But I do prefer to do this by hand, because it's relaxing. And I believe you should learn how to do all this by hand first before you really start fooling around with a computer, because you might not have a computer, you know. So you can see kind of how I'm going around, and the characters, you know, coming to life and all that. And then I was shading his hair, you know. Now again, is this exactly how his hair looks? I have no earthly idea. I looked at a picture of him and I just went to work. I'm just making up his spikes and all that kind of stuff. Just make sure you go around the afro that you drew. Okay, there you go. I think that's his likeness, because he has that nervous smile, you know. He didn't have a lot of confidence. Deku didn't have a lot of confidence starting out, because somebody's looking at me like, man. He's just like, man, will you hurry up? I'm trying, dude. Give me a second. She's like, I want to go outside, dude. I know, I'm trying to hurry up. But you know I'm detailed. We're going to go outside in just a sec. So that's all I'm doing, is going right back over it. And I am rushing this because I'm trying to keep the video short, but I figured it's going to be a long one. He does have a little stripe right there, so I'm just going to do that. Trace along there, because he has that little stripe right there. And that's roughly all I have to do. And see, everything is now starting to come to life. not hard. You're gonna have to just play this video and slow it down and just break your drawing into basic shapes. Each time I draw stuff, I always break it down in my mind to basic shapes, so I don't have to I could draw it straight out, but my mind, all I see is circles and triangles and squares and rectangles and stuff like that when I'm drawing. So I just put them all together, and then there you go, I have a nice drawing.